everyone, this is Dr. Tom Chaney from Living Health Integrative Medicine in Annapolis, and in today's video I'm going to answer the question, what do I typically eat in a week's time? This is a question that I get from patients. They want to know what my meal plan looks like. We're always talking about their meal plan, so let's talk about what do I eat in a week's time. So I'm going to go through a typical breakfast, go through a typical lunch, and what does a typical dinner look like for me. Before I do that, I am going to just bring to your attention one of the resources on our homepage. So if you go to mylivinghealth.com, that is our homepage. Under resources, there is a recipe tab. So some of you may know this exists, some of you may not. So this is a great resource for you. So if you're looking for a recipe, you can search for it in here, but we've got lots of healthy recipes for you to review and use. All right, so let's jump into what do I typically have for breakfast. My typical breakfast, 90% of the time, is going to be a meal replacement shake. So hepatogastro is one that I use very frequently, very regular. This supports my detox pathways, my liver, my gut, my intestinal tract. So my body does really well with this. 2 scoops of this with water, about 16 ounces of water. You just shake it up. It's quick, it's easy, it gets me out the door, and so that's why I like it. And so occasionally what I'll also do is blend it up with other nutrients. So I'll put maybe some leafy greens, maybe nuts, some berries, so just add a little more bulk to it. But this will typically get me through until about mid-morning, and then I'll have a snack mid-morning. So hepatogastro is a great one. There's another one called Vegan Pro. That's another great one as well. That's one I use as well. So that is what I do 90% of the time. Now, if I do prepare breakfast, a lot of times that will happen on the weekends. And one of the things Dr. Steph and I, we like to do, we go to the gym early on Saturday, then we'll come home. We typically will prepare our breakfast together. I'll share with you one of the recent breakfast plates that we had. This is one of our breakfast plates. So we had leafy greens, we had some cucumbers, we had blueberries, and there's some edible flowers on there. Pretty fancy, huh? And I'll show you why we've got the leafy greens and the edible flowers in just a minute. And then these are chicken sausages. So we just roasted some chicken sausages, and that was our breakfast. Now you're going to see on a lot of these recent pictures that there's a lot of leafy greens, and I'm going to show you why there's a lot of leafy greens. It's because we have this vertical tower that is producing all these beautiful greens. So there's 36 different pods with 36 different items growing, and so we'll just go out on our deck and we can just take the salad or whatever lettuce or whatever vegetable is ready. We just take it and add that to our meal plate. So that's why you're going to see a lot of leafy greens, and that's where it's coming from. It's coming from this vertical tower. But you can see at the top, celery. We've got some right here. We've got lettuce, and then there's some edible flowers in here as well. That's why we have them on the plate there. And then big tomato plant, you can see right there in the front. There on the side, left side, we've got a cucumber plant there, and then we've got zucchini here on the bottom right. So that is one of our towers. So we did get one of the bunches of celery and we juiced that. So that was our celery juice for the morning. And so that would be one of our breakfast meals. Let's go through one of the other ones, this one here. So this guy here, so we've got more greens. We've got some microgreens as well. So there's some microgreens, and then there's some turkey bacon there, and then we've got some waffles. So if you guys watch one of my most recent videos, I've talked about some of the modifications I made to my diet. I did some recent food testing, and there's some foods that I eat very regularly, like eggs and coconut, that I had to cut out. So one of the things I challenged Dr. Steph with was finding and making a waffle recipe without eggs. And so these are the waffles that she made. So pretty awesome recipe. They're very good, actually. You can't even tell there's no eggs in them. So that was one of our most recent breakfasts. So let's talk about lunch. I'm going to go back to Google. And so what we typically will do for lunch is we will have leftovers. So if you go to Amazon Electric Lunchbox, you'll find all these different options. So this is what we'll put our leftovers in, and then we just plug it in, say 20 minutes before. We're usually at the office for lunch, so we're packing our lunch, and this is what we use. And so we'll just plug that in about 20 minutes prior, and our lunch will be ready. Now, if we don't have leftovers, what we will typically depend on is Pete's Paleo. So you guys might be familiar with Pete's Paleo or some of the other services out there. We've tried a lot of them, and we seem to always gravitate back to Pete's Paleo. They are very accommodating with some of the food preferences that we have. So what we'll do is just put that into our lunchbox, and then just once again just plug it in. These come to our house. We put them in the freezer, take them out for the week, take out a couple, and then have them ready. And then we'll just throw them into the lunchbox and then heat them up at the office. So that's super convenient and really helps us out. So we can eat healthy while we're at the office. All right, let's talk about dinner. So I've got some dinner plates on here. Let's talk about this one. This is a taco. So we've got ground meat. So that's grass-fed beef, and there might be some other maybe ground turkey or chicken in there as well, like mixed in. But you can see the tomatoes, lettuce, and avocado. And these tortillas, I'm going to show you the tortillas we used. So this is from Unbun. So those are the tortillas that we used. And so that's a really good option for many people. Just depends on, once again, your food preferences. I believe these tortillas have egg in them, so I can't do those any longer. But they may be an option for you. All right, so let's talk about some of the other dinner items. This looks like our Friday night dinner. We sauteed some mushrooms, then grilled some red pepper, and then grilled a tenderloin. So this is a beef tenderloin, grass-fed beef tenderloin. Let's see what else we've got down here. So this is once again, we like to make things in bulk on the weekend, so we do have some leftovers for the week. This is, and you'll find this on our website under the recipes section. It's one of those sheet pan recipes. There's a lot of them out there, but the main protein on here you can see is chicken, and then lots of vegetables. And so you could have this for a meal, but you're going to have lots of leftovers for the week as well. What else do we have? Like a burger. Got a grass-fed burger. Had some fries, and we've got a salad, and I've got some guacamole with a couple chips there. It's like a turkey burger with more greens and some avocado. This is another lunch option. So once again, we had some leftover. This was turkey breast, and then our leafy greens, and we've got our salad dressing over here. So we would just mix everything up when we get to the office. Here's another dinner plate. So this is a Caesar salad. So romaine lettuce, and then we've got avocado, and we've got our salmon. So salmon has pesto sauce on it. So this we like to vary the sauces that we have. So this is one of the options, but there's a ton of sauces that you could use. All right, so that looks like about it. All right, guys, so I hope you guys got some useful information. Once again, going back to our homepage, Living Health, mylivinghealth.com. So this is the recipe tab. So this has some great resources. If you have any questions about today's video, just let me know, and I will see you in the next video.